Hello and welcome to the Sport for Business Daily. I'm joined by Brighid Smyth. She is the head of corporate communications at VHI, and she's got a very good story to tell. The VHI Women's Mini Marathon is one of the greatest successes of Irish sport, with 30,000 women regularly taking to the streets of Dublin in June. It didn't happen this year, strangely enough, and as a mass participation event, it was unlikely to, but that hasn't stopped you. You're very welcome, Brighid. Tell us a little bit about how the Women's Mini Marathon is being held in 2020.
Okay. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for having me on. Well, as you said yourself, it is a great story because back in March when COVID-19 happened and we were all in lockdown, and plans for the Women's Mini Marathon, we had launched the rail event as such, and plans were well underway. And then suddenly we kind of realized, first of all, we had to postpone the event. And then that was in March. And then come May, we knew we were going to cancel it. It's a mass participation event. There's about 30,000 women from all over the country take part in it at the June weekend. And they all arrive in Dublin en masse. So we kind of thought, the writing was on the wall fairly soon. But we got planning on it, and the Women's Mini Marathon in particular, came to us with a proposal to support a virtual Women's Mini Marathon. And we were very conscious of the number of charities that were out there that were very, very dependent, small charities and larger charities that were very dependent on the work on the fundraising from the Women's Mini Marathon every year. And that was something that really kind of, stuck with us. And we thought we have to put our support behind this. So we're absolutely delighted that we did, because 18,000 women, believe it or not, have signed up to do this over the next 10 days and to do it their way. So it's 10K, any way you want to do it over 10 days. You can do it all in one go, or you can do it like in, 2 5Ks, or you might decide to do 1K a day. But it's something that has caught the imagination of people, I think. And like from all corners of Ireland, really, women have joined up and are supporting the event. And it's fantastic. And I'm delighted personally that the charities are not going to lose out this year on this big event.
That is great. And so, as is the case in the race, they can run, walk, crawl, hop,
absolutely,
whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
they can do it in 10 batches, as you say.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Do they? Because I know that they get a medal at the end of it, and so there is that sort of real world environment to it as well. Yeah. Are you looking for them to share video content and
absolutely. Like what we've done, what they've got to date is those who have registered will be some of them are still getting it, will receive a race pack, and in the race pack there's a T-shirt and a medal. And like a lot of women now have decided that they're actually going to wear their T-shirt when they're doing their runs and on the different days or whatever. And what we're asking people to do is, once they've completed their run, is just to post a picture online, on their own social media accounts, or send those pictures up to the VHI Women's Mini Marathon Facebook page or their Instagram page, and and tag them. And the hashtag is hash VHI WMM. So it's hash VHI WMM, and just to tag their photographs. And it's going to really take off this weekend. Already I've seen a lot of posts on social media that people have started, and they're planning, and they're taking out their T-shirts and they're having a look at them. They're saying when they're going to do it. So I think it's going to be very exciting, we've also, I suppose, the other thing that's really helped us as well is we've had a lot of ambassadors who have supported us. So the likes of, we've had the two Ryan sisters, Lottie Ryan and Bonnie Ryan, Georgie Crawford, Demi Isaac, and Leanne Moore. I think they're the 5 that we've had, and like they all have different followings and different people follow them and whatever, and so that's really helped as well with the fact that those ladies are participating. A lot of younger women are participating in this as well, whereas traditionally it might have been something that people who have done it for years, like the Women's Mini Marathon is actually it's actually running 37 years now, but some of these younger girls are bringing in a younger cohort, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. Give them something to do when they're not able to go to college and things like that as well.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. You've mentioned earlier on about the charity and the importance of this for it. Is there a guesstimate you could put on how much money the cohort might actually be able to raise this year as a result of this taking place?
Well, we know, like, over the years, like as I said earlier on, like this, the women's mini marathon is now running for 37 years, and we know that, like, in that time, they reckon that it has raised about 225 million in that time for charities. And last year, I do have last year's figure. Last year, it raised 9 million. So, like, what we're hoping is that, it'll be something similar this year. And I think the charities have really got behind it this year, because obviously they've as I said, they've had it's been a very difficult year for them, so they've really got behind it themselves and are really pushing it. So I'm hoping that that we will reach that 9 or 10 million again this year. So it would be a great success if it does that.
A real positive story at a time when we need it. There's an
Absolutely.
interesting little quirk as well, in that we've got the photographs elsewhere on Sport for Business this morning. You've got a statue of the eponymous women's mini marathoner, and
Yeah.
she is standing proud outside the Mansion House at the moment.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about her, because it's a great story.
Yes, well, her name is Cara, which in Irish means friend, and, like, she represents all the women that are taking part. So the 18,000 or the 19,000 probably that we will have that are taking part. She represents all of them, and she's made of 200 pieces of sustainable wood. And there's a sculpture called Porrick Hackett, based in Monaghan, I think, actually. And he actually designed her in association with a lot of different people. And she represents probably power and strength, and the strength of all these women that are going out all around the country to raise money for charities and to do their piece. And also of course, like, running and walking, or whatever you're going to do, exercise is obviously is good. And we in VHI, we our mission really is to help support people to live a healthier lifestyle. And so we're delighted that so many people are taking part. So Cara, anyway, stands very tall at the moment outside the Mansion House, and we're absolutely delighted that the Lord Mayor, Hazel Chu, allowed us, she took part in a photo call today, and she has allowed us to place Cara there for 10 days. And it's important, because the Women's Mini Marathon has been in Dublin for so many years. It's important that in the centre of the city that we have something to represent all the women that would normally be there in a normal year, because, as we know, 2020 is no normal year. And when she's finished there, in at the Mansion House, we are going to house her in VHI House down in Abbey Street, and Lower Abbey Street. And a lot of you will know that there's a glass building there, and she'll be on full display there. And it's a busy street because the Lewis goes by, and a lot of the bus routes go by. So she'll be, lots of people will be able to see her so she will stay there for when she's finished in at the Mansion House, when she's done her time in the Mansion House.
That's great. Well, New York has Liberty. At one point, we had the floozy and the jacuzzi. She didn't last very long, but no doubt Cara will have a longer lasting.
Hopefully. She'll be indoors anyway, Cara, so she'll be indoors.
Hopefully so. Well, look, it really is. It's a great initiative. Congratulations on being there to support the Women's Mini Marathon team. Well done to VHI. I know you support the Park Run initiative as well.
Yes.
Getting people active, getting people out, hitting the streets is always a good thing. So congratulations on that. And
thank you, Rob. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.